is the evaluation of the order trading system for February the 19th, 2021. We had three trades on that day. Two were buys and one were short sell. First trade was EBAY, eBay. It tripped at 12:50 p.m. at a price of 62.42. It was a short sell. It closed the day at 61.98, so that definitely is a positive, as it closed below its tripping price, which for a short sell, that's positive. And OBV was also down 1.31%. I keep forgetting to indicate the price. You can see it obviously on the screen, but I should say it. OBV showing somewhat a regular decline. MACD showing somewhat on a regular basis. Made a little bit of recovery here in the early afternoon, but pretty much negative. And DI showing very strongly negative, negative most of the day. Bollinger Band showing basically a steady decline. Stock was definitely moving down. Next trade is CLBS. That's Clbs Biosciences Incorporated. It tripped at 1:11 p.m. at a price of $2.25. It was a buy. It closed the day at $2.29. Definitely is a positive. And the indicators. And again, forgot to tell the price rise. It's 4.57%, so it was up a good amount too. 1330, yes. LVB, you can see it jumped up here a little bit, which probably is the reason why we caught it. MACD again caught it. Range same time, but MACD seemed to be staying steady and moving somewhat in a positive direction. Interestingly, DI is actually showing as much negative as positive. So DI is not showing. This afternoon period where it was up, DI, it was coming up, but it didn't show up negative, but it was coming down, so negative it was coming down. So this peak most likely was a peak based on the rise. And the end of the day, closing, it actually shot up again, which we can see in Bollinger Band showing the same thing. It's almost somewhat moving sideways, but the end of the day is where it recovered. So the indicator's not showing 100%, but there was positive movement there. Next trade is EHTH. That's eHealth Incorporated. It tripped at 1:55:27 p.m. at a price of 57.85. It was a buy. It closed the day at 57.68. It was, though, up 6.30%, so it was up a good amount. And we'll see if there's any. Let's see, it tripped right around here. 57.58, 204, 155, so roughly around here. 154 to 26. Now, there's a good half an hour here where right after the tripping price it shot up. I take that half an hour is more than enough time, and it was half an hour consistent. It wasn't jumping up and down. It jumped up to a peak and then dropped and stayed sideways. So there was opportunity during the end of the day too where it shot up too. So there's actually multiple times where that stock was up above its tripping price. So that's another positive. And the price indicator, the indicators, OBV showing somewhat a good rise. MACD, it peaked when it tripped, came down. MACD looks like it was moving down more negative, moving downwards as opposed to moving upwards. Again, these are just averages. This just means that the slow average is above the fast average, which is somewhat indication that it's picking up price-wise over the long term. So it just means that that's what MACD is referring to, is that short-term activity is outweighing long-term activity for the places where it moves up. Moving down, obviously, it's the other way around. Long-term is outshining short-term. But again, the aspect is that when short-term is moving upwards, it means that there's some activity going on where more sales, I guess you could say, of stock is occurring at a period. NDI showing fairly much consistently positive. We see a couple of points where the afternoon was peaking, and end of the day it was actually dropping a bit. Bollinger Band, technically, what we see is what we see from the price movement, and the Bollinger Band showing the same thing. The stock pretty much was moving sideways. We happened to catch it up here where it jumped up, and it basically maintained that for most of the afternoon. So anyways, that's another positive stock. So that's 3 out of 3 stocks positive, so that's 100%. And again, another good day. This week itself has not been too bad. A good amount of days have been pretty much 100% positive for the stock. So I think that's showing a good capability of the orderIT system to identify stocks on a fairly consistent basis. Thank you very much.